Hi, I am OJ and welcome to What You Want. Today we are looking at the Panerai PAM 27 Luminor Power Reserve. This is a very special A series, one of the first of the power reserves ever made in 1998 for the A series production year. If you like this watch, you can see it on whatyouwant.com. You can buy it and take it home. If you like these videos, remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can go to YouTube and just look up under What You Want Inc. and you can subscribe to be notified of all of our newest videos and be able to enjoy our Time Talk videos. So today, I'm here with the Panerai PAM 27 A series. This is absolutely one of my favorite pieces because it really represents, the purism of Panerai. This watch in the A series, which represents 1998 production year, was released by Panerai at a time when they were turning out probably around 3,000 watches a year. And in fact, for the A series, they only had about 8 different SKUs. And the Power Reserve was one of their pillars of the line. It was the automatic movement with the date, but what was neat was this was their Reserve de Marche model, which featured a Power Reserve indicator. One of the neat things about the first 3 years Panerai released publicly their watches, on a worldwide basis for the A, the B, and the C series, was that all of their watches, with the exception of the submersible, the Power Reserves and the GMTs, they all featured a sweeping central seconds hand, as opposed to what we now see as a very characteristic trademark of all Panerais, which is a sub-seconds dial at 9 o'clock. So for the A, the B, and the C series, all of the Power Reserve models, all the GMT models, actually featured the absence of that seconds sub-dial at 9 o'clock, which a lot of collectors would agree adds to a much less cluttered, a much cleaner, and also a more balanced look and feel for the dial and for the watch itself. So one of the things that makes this watch so special is that only for the A series in the Power Reserve model did it feature this Arrow Power Reserve indicator. It's a chrome Power Reserve indicator that's in the shape of an arrow, and it's in a box that says 10, 20, 30, 40, representing, of course, between 0 and 40 hours of Power Reserve. There's no luminous material on that silver arrow, nor is there any luminous material in the printing where the Power Reserve indication is. In the later models of the Power Reserve, and even in today's Power Reserve model, that arrow has been replaced with sort of a football-shaped luminous-filled indicator. It's kind of lost some of the character and some of the uniqueness to it. But what's interesting with Panerai is they only chose to use that silver arrow for the A series. Again, this was a limited production piece. This watch was made for the A series in only, according to the case back, in only 500 pieces. Of course, it features the solid case back. It's an ETA movement with a SOPROD, an ETA SOPROD movement. And also, what's neat about this watch as an A series is it features a tritium luminous material. Of course, as indicated at the bottom of the dial by the T Swiss-made T. Tritium is an interesting luminous material in the Panerai family because all of the A series watches featured the tritium luminous material. And then starting in the B, they went to the Luminova material as indicated by just a Swiss-made on the dial. The submersible was the one model that A, B, and C series, and even up through, I think, the I series, featured tritium luminous material. What's neat about the tritium luminous material is it has a great patina. It has a great aging to it that's become really prized amongst collectors. That tritium material is a radioactive material. Mind you, not dangerously radioactive, but its patina or its aging is based on what we call a decaying half-life of the radioactive material. And so as that luminous material ages, it can take on a number of different hues, colors, textures, and appearances. Some of the most valuable, some of the most prized Rolex sport models are prized as such because of the way the tritium has stayed intact but still patinaed on a very uniform and a very sexy basis. So in this particular specimen, This tritium luminous material is really a gorgeous yellow. The luminous material that was used in the later models is a much greener, sort of glow-in-the-dark looking color, whereas this is much a more yellow, and as it patinas, kind of takes on maybe a little darker, in some cases maybe a little dirtier hue or patina. This particular watch, though, is really quite a special specimen because it really it has not seen much wear, and the luminous material is absolutely 100% intact and has aged very, very minimally, but very evenly and very cleanly. Also, some interesting features about Luminova versus tritium is tritium, it glows as a function of its radioactive material. It will never glow like a flashlight, like super luminova will glow. But by the same token, it's considered to be a little more reliable than super luminova because it doesn't require an outside charge to glow. That was sort of the theory and understanding as to why the submersible model always featured tritium luminous material through to the I or J series. They felt in a professional diver's watch, you shouldn't have to worry about the luminous material losing its luminosity. And so with tritium, you'll never lose the luminosity, and at the same time, it's never going to glow as brightly as a well-charged super luminova dial. Again, what's really cool about this watch is that sweep seconds hand, that big fat crisp 12 and 9 and 6, and those big crisp hour markers, just so pretty. And I've got this particular watch on a original Panerai. I think we call it like a cracked leather strap. I thought it really offset the watch really nicely. And as a 44 millimeter, to me, this is the only Panerai you'd ever need, and certainly, definitely a watch you're not likely to see on someone else's wrist. So whereas there's plenty of Panerais that you can buy in the marketplace, in the stores, and of course even on our website, this is a watch that you'll be lucky to see on another guy's wrist, once in 10 years, and maybe that's at a Panerai reunion. But other than that, you'll see this watch in the Panerai Museum. You'll see this watch on some of the most ardent collectors as one of their real grail pieces. As an A-series power reserve, it features that cool silver power reserve indicator and the Panerai Luminor power reserve on top. This was a watch that only looked in this sort of carnation for 3 years. And again, it was only made, this particular piece was made in 500 pieces. The expectation is that 500 actually represents the number of pieces that were made in both stainless steel and PVD. As a PVD power reserve, this would have been a PAM 28, but in stainless steel, it's a PAM 27 A series. So you can see this watch on watchyouwant.com. You can buy it on watchyouwant.com. And if you like our Time Talk videos, feel free to tune in on our YouTube channel, Watch You Want Inc. Thank you very much for your time today. And as always, wear your watches in the best of health. Take care.